Good morning. Welcome to Mitchie's Motivational Monday. How you doing today? What a fabulous weekend. I had a really good friend of mine come and visit me from Michigan, and he's going through some tough times. He's going through a divorce or a potential divorce, and he's struggling, and he's finding himself in a lot of self-reflection and a lot of self-blame. And I encouraged him to come and hang out for the weekend. And I did that because I knew he needed some fellowship. He needed some, to feel appreciated, and he needed to, kind of just disconnect from everything. And it was really uplifting. It was a great visit. And I feel he left here a lot better than when he got here. And, it brought me to this topic today, and this topic that I want to talk about is falling into that pity trap, falling into that destructive self analyzation that you do that's in a negative mindset. You find yourself in desperation. You find yourself like being desperate for validation, and you keep blaming yourself for everything that's happened in life, and you're looking at this divorce as a failure, or you're looking at a situation as hopeless. And the reality is it's not. The reality is it's a temporary moment in eternity. It's not going to last forever, and you'll come out of this. But if you fall into that trap of self-pity, you fall into that trap of what's the word I'm looking for? I guess we'll just stick with self-pity for now. Like, woe is me, and I can't do this, and I can't get off the couch, and I can't this, and I can't that. Those things you say to yourself, those negative things that you look at all the bad things that happen in your life, and you dwell on them, and you fail to realize, you fail to view and acknowledge all of the good things that happen. When we find ourselves in those situations, that's the first thing we go to, is the negative side of it, the trauma. And it is a trauma. Everything that happens is a trauma. And we all view trauma as negative, but it's not. Trauma is just an emotional impact something has on you, in my opinion. I don't know if that's a valid definition of trauma or not, but that's how I perceive it. And so in that, I'm saying to you, don't do that to yourself. You don't deserve to do that to yourself. You don't deserve blame for everything that happens in life. There are things that you have to take accountability for, your actions and your decisions and your choices. And those things all bring you to one place. They bring you to that conclusion. But there's no such thing as a reaction if there's not an action that causes it. And that brings the saying, it takes two to make a relationship work. It takes two to make a marriage. It takes two to work steadily at it, to validate the other person, to validate their partner, to worship their partner, to take their partner and put them on a pedestal. And if each person's doing that, and it's always a competition for who's serving who, then it's going to be a wonderful thing. But you're still going to have bad times. You can't go through life and not experience the bad things. You can't not experience the difficulties and the challenges that come, because if you don't experience those, you won't appreciate the positives. You won't appreciate the good times. And he's really struggling with that. So I took it as my duty to take him and lift him up as my brother, right? And we've been friends since 5th grade. And so we've always had a really good friendship. We've always been like best friends. There were times when our relationship kind of went our separate ways for a little while because of our families, and that's to be expected, right? Life happens. But at the end, we've had communication over the last few months since all this came about, and so I try to just lift him up and try to explain that it's not all him, and it's not all you. So don't fall into that pity trap, because it'll be challenging to get out of it. Look at the upsides, look at the positives, and try to move forward with a positive mindset, with a hope, because without hope, we don't have anything. Without faith, you have to have faith that you're doing the right thing. So that's pretty much what I needed to say about that topic, that self condemnation that we find ourselves doing to ourselves. We're our own worst critic. We always have been. We always will be. And we're human. We're of flesh. We're of sin, and so we make mistakes. There's no way to avoid that, really. But the wiser you get, the older you get, the more mistakes that you make in life, the more things that you've been through in life bring you wisdom and bring you experience and bring you knowledge on how to deal with those things. And that's why I do what I do. I do it because I feel that I've been through these things and I've learned things that people that haven't gone through them haven't learned, or people that are going through them don't have that perspective to see. And perspective is everything. And that's why we reach out to other people for opinions, and hopefully those people are of pure heart and their opinions are coming to you regardless of whether it's truth that's painful to you or not. It's supposed to be a critical, a positive critique of how you are. And so, there's a saying that says a wise man seeks counsel. And in other words, we're not strong enough all the time to do it on our own. And as men, it's always been beat into us that, you can't feel weakness. You can't, a lot of men feel that sharing their feelings is a sign of weakness, that it's not a strength. But the reality is, it takes courage to share those things and to lay it on a friend or someone else to offer you a different perspective. When you're in the situation that you're in, you have tunnel vision, and that's all you see is this, what's right here, and you're not looking at it from a different perspective that sees it differently. And so that's why it's important to seek counsel of someone, and who you choose to seek counsel from will depend on the trust that you have in that person, and it'll depend on the value that you put on their opinion. And they'll be honest with you, and that's the most important part. So that's my message for today, and I hope it's a good message. I hope it reaches you all well, and I hope somebody watches it that needed to hear it today. And that's all I can hope for. So I started a spiritual channel. It's called Spiritual Journeys with Mitch. If you get a chance, look that up. I'll try and drop the link to the channel in the comments below, and you can maybe check it out if you haven't heard about it yet. So far this morning, Sunday morning, so far it's been a really good response to it, so I'm pleased with that. And I look forward to your feedback. And if you're searching for a spiritual connection with something, check it out. It might be something that fits for you. So until next time, guys, I hope you have a fabulous day. I hope you have a wonderful week. And I hope my messages lift you up and encourage you and give you some positive motivation to move forward instead of being stuck or looking back, because we're going in that direction. We're moving forward, so don't look back. Until next time, have a wonderful day. Love you all. Peace.